AaroniMoses, and this video is on 15 steps. I'm going to give you a little bit more, of course, that you need to take if you'd like to empower your intuition. The first one would be learning to stay present, learning how to get present, at least learning how to de-stress. Your intuition is not going to work as well if you are all stressed and anxious and all over the place and being crazy, because if you try to use your intuition and listen to it and go to it, you're going to be receiving messages from outside sources that have nothing to do with your intuition. You're going to be getting energy off things that are not associated with you, your intuition, and the direction that you need to be taking. Okay, and a way that you can stay present is to be grounded. If you are grounded, then you will be more likely to listen to the most practical, logical, rational messages that your intuition will give you. Now, a lot of people think that your intuition is just one voice. It's not what it is. There's multiple voices that come as a result of you trying to access your intuition. Your intuition, depending on who you are and what you are, always has 2 or 3 different voices. If your intuition is telling you to go in one direction, it's for a purpose, but at the same time, it might be for a reason that is going to make you uncomfortable and solve a specific problem that you could have solved without going in that direction and accepting a challenge that you didn't know you were going to accept. You get me? Like the devil on the left and the angel on the right type of thing. But being grounded will make it easier for you to learn what your intuition is telling you, what your best side of your intuition is telling you, and what the Saturnian side of your intuition is telling you. Also, you need to be able to, I'm going to get into this later, you need to be able to separate yourself and differentiate between your energy and the universe's energy. This pretty much is separating yourself from your ego, your spirit, and your body. Okay? If you are always confused on what your spirit is trying to tell you, what your intuition is trying to tell you, and your instincts are trying to tell you, you're not knowing what exactly you're following. You do things all the time based off of your instincts. One example would be if you crave, let's say, oranges, and you don't really like oranges like that, and you haven't eaten oranges in a long time for that reason. Your body is telling you, hey, you have some kind of deficiency that is easily found in oranges, that oranges are rich in. So you need to know the difference between that voice, which when you start to mess with your intuition and you start to meditate and you grow older, you will hear your instincts just as loudly as your intuition. But they're 2 different things. They come from 2 different places. Okay? Next, I'm going to give you 2 exercises, actually. You take some dice, and you decide on if you want to guess if the number is going to be even, if the number is going to be odd, or if the number is going to be divisible by something. Okay, if it's divisible by 3 or 2 or 3. Okay, I usually do if the number is even or odd. But when I try to exercise my intuition, I like to guess the actual number. Okay, what you do is you get those dice, and then you get a piece of paper and a pen, and roll the dice, whatever selection that you want to listen for. You're not guessing, you're listening for it. You're going to your body to see what your body is saying is going to be. And the purpose of this is to listen for what that voice sounds like, separating yourself from the ego, the instincts, the spirit, and the spirit. Okay? And then your thoughts are just going to give you numbers just because you're turning it off and you're listening for something that's not your thoughts. But A lot of people don't know how to not think. So this is what this exercise is for. The next thing that you can do is to get a deck of cards. Now again, do you want to guess if it's a red card or a black card? Or do you want to guess the number or what the number is going to add up to? Okay, it's the same premise. You get the cards and you listen for the voice. Put them all face down, grab the card, and just breathe and just listen for what your intuition is telling you, what this card is going to look like. And then write your results down. You want to get an 80%. Your goal is 80% right, 20% wrong. Okay, so next, you want to play psychic hide and seek. So, what you want to do is you want to get an item and tell somebody to hide this item somewhere in the room. And if they don't want to hide it in the room, tell them to either hide it in the room or put it in their pocket and leave the room. And just sit in the middle of the room and try to feel for where that item is. First, you want to attach to it. It's not something like a wedding ring, or maybe that if you're just starting out, something like that. Maybe like a gauge or a necklace or something that you constantly wear. But even if you want to go buy a little blue ball or a super ball from the grocery store out the machine, get it, tell them to hide it, and listen for what your intuition is telling you as far as the location of this ball. Okay. Next, of course, I don't know why I just put this randomly. Meditate on the third eye, because the third eye is the home of the intuition. Meditating on the third eye will improve your visualization skills, will in turn boost your intuition and make that voice a little louder. I don't know what that was. I don't know what my nose is either. Next, learn art. Learn art, specifically playing an instrument. Why? Because this improves your ability to sense different energy. If you don't want to learn an instrument, learning to draw, learning to paint, or learning an appreciation for practicing these arts, because this will make you more aware of your surroundings. If you learn an instrument, it'll make you more aware of the instruments that are in songs. This will make your inner voice louder. If you take an art class, you'll be constantly looking for the things that you've learned and the things that you've picked on that you didn't notice before in your art class. It's pretty much the same as learning a different language. When you are bilingual or more, then every time you speak, your brain is every time you speak and everything you look at, your brain is saying it in that other language that you know while you're speaking, and the things that you see will be processed as that other language in the parts of in your subconscious mind. So if you learn a different language, your brain is constantly working harder than somebody, usually, if they're not ADHD or something like that. It's working harder to identify these objects in your area by the language that you understand, which is obviously English, and the other language that you know. Okay? And I have a feeling that will boost your intuition as well. Alright, so next. When it's safe walking around blindfolded, of course, I wouldn't say walking your dog blindfolded, but if you want to listen to music blindfolded, if you want to navigate through your house when nobody's home, or just turn off the lights, okay, that will help you with your intuition for obvious reasons. Next, doing simple things in the dark, such as, one thing that I like to do is taking a shower in the dark. Now, if you're not a very coordinated person, or you don't know where things in your shower are, you shouldn't be doing this. If you don't have a shower mat, I don't use a shower mat because I'm a real man. But I mean, you know yourself and why you should or you shouldn't be doing this. But even, of course, like I just said, walking through your room, walking through the house with the lights off, and taking a shower in the dark. You take a shower in the dark, it's going to make you more aware of the energies that are around you. Okay, it's going to make you more aware of the sound of the bathroom. It's going to make you more aware of the temperature. It's going to make you more aware of the smells. It's going to activate the rest of your senses. And it's going to help you focus on the difference between your energy and the energies of the water. Okay? So next, becoming more confident will boost your intuition. Like I said, when you use the solar plexus, when you activate that, when you actively use the solar plexus, it will boost your psychic powers, which includes your intuition. The solar plexus is the second most psychic chakra. 4. Intuition, visions, and seeing. If you learn more, knowledge gives you confidence, which is a third eye thing. Knowledge gives you confidence, and confidence gives you intuition. It just bounces back and forth. They are opposing chakras. Okay? Everything that you do that affects one will in turn affect the other one. They are twins. Okay? So next, learning to meditate and feel the difference between your energy and the energies outside of you. Learning to feel, just sit and close your eyes and breathe. I want you to, one thing that I want you to do is feel the air that is coming from your body, whether you're breathing through your nose or you're breathing through your mouth. See how far you can feel that air is going. Track it, okay? Feel the difference between your body and the space that's surrounding it. Take a bath, meditate in that bath. Feel the difference between the water and your own body. That will help you listen and tune into your intuitive voices and your intuitive feelings. Sensing energy, essentially. That's why the next step is meditating. Because if you meditate first, even if you void meditate, if you meditate in any way, you will be more, it'll be easier for you to feel energy and sense energy and to do the rest of these. I should have saved that for last because that's kind of the most important thing. But learning to meditate. All right. Next. Remembering when you used your intuition and you were right and it was the most safe, painless thing to do. Okay? Remembering that time in your life when you used your intuition and it was significant, like you could have died type stuff. Knowing not to take a bite out that chicken first because it was bloody and you could have got salmonella or whatever you get from chicken. Stuff like that. Something just told me not to go on a date with this guy because he just killed this chick 3 days later because she did the Waste This Time 2016 challenge, whatever it was called. Because I know somebody was about to go out with homie and they just rejected him. Like, oh, something about you, my guy. I don't know what it is. But just remembering those times, because why? That'll give you more confidence. And just the attachment and the association that you have with intuition. It's pretty much like introducing two relatives that have not seen each other in a long time and you're standing in the middle of them. That's pretty much what it is, okay? So if you do that, if you use your intuition more and you meditate on the times that you've used your intuition and you were right, it's going to become more powerful. All right. So the last two things are learn about, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that last one. You know what? Maybe I am. I'll think about it. Learning about quantum physics. Why do you need to learn about quantum physics? Because quantum physics will give you the scientific explanation of intuition, learning about the subconscious mind, the superconscious mind, the conscious mind, and I forgot what it's called. See, it's called the critical something. I think it's not called the critical mind. I think it's called the critical barrier or the critical wall. It's the part of your brain that blocks information from going from your conscious mind to the subconscious mind. Okay, learning about the scientific explanation that the man gives us about intuition, what is right, and comparing that to the different religions and what they say intuition comes from. Learning about what other people say about intuition, learning about other people's stories, but learning about quantum physics will boost your psychic abilities in every way. Of course, learning about the superconscious mind, also known as the Akashic records, also known as the universal mind. But I mean, the last part that I had was learning about different parts of the brain, but that could become quite a task. So yeah, I mean, learning about something like the reptilian brain, learning about the prefrontal cortex and things like that. I don't know anything about the brain. I'm just making it seem like I do when I really don't. But if you learn about those different parts of the brain, you could clearly see the different voices, the separations between the intuition, the instincts, and the spirit. I mean, the spirit, the intuition, the instincts are, I mean, the ego, the intuition, and the instincts are three different things. They come from three different parts of your body, and they come from different parts of this dimension and the dimensions. Your intuition's not really here. Your intuition is not third dimensional. Your instincts and your ego are not on the same dimension. Okay? But learning the difference between those three, where they come from, what parts of the brain control them and rule them, and where they are channeled from, the origins of them, will certainly help you understand and tap into your intuition and listen to it a lot better. So I hope I was a blessing to you, man. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together. I'm definitely gonna upload this on Life is in the Breath. So Life is in the Breath, breathe it in. Peace.